Hey, my name is Kate. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Baby Doll Magic Tarot. I'll be using the tarot deck today to channel some guidance and information for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. So this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius for November 2020. I'll look at past, present, and future energies surrounding Sagittarius right now. We'll start with a few cards and then we'll keep shuffling and going deeper into those as we need. If you know your rising sign, Sagittarius, please check that video out too, because the astrology I use tends to be more applicable to the rising sign position. Bear with me while I stay quiet for just a couple of moments, Sagittarius, while I continue to shuffle these cards. We've got the Four of Cups, Eight of Wands, Mother of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. So it seems to be like you had to root something out of somebody. You had to really get to the bottom of something. It's funny though, it's about communication again. I just read for Gemini and it was a similar kind of a message, your sister sign. So I'm wondering if there's any Sagittarius people out there dealing with the Gemini where there's some mix up of communication or something went wrong anyway with you guys, and you know, you need to figure it out. If that's not speaking to you, Sagittarius, it's talking to me about some sort of a lack of interest in what you've been doing currently. And it's like you're wanting to move away from a certain area of your life, I think, in a big way, Sagittarius. The Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you're feeling like you made a mistake with somebody. You feel like you made a mistake potentially by sticking around in an area of your life or with a person for past its sell-by date, basically. Like it looks like you're reviewing that situation right now and wondering how to communicate your way out of this, rather, or how to get out of this situation now. It's going around and around and it's past its sell-by date. You want things to start moving on in your life again. And you know, this had been a very unstable situation. So I think it's like you're trying to regain some stability again. Let's look at the Four of Cups though somewhat deeper. And this is a card for your recent past, Sagittarius. So I see that potentially some of you have ended this circumstance that was just, you know, defeating for you. It was something that you had no interest in anymore. The love was gone was it a person? I don't know. Was it a passion project that once was? Was it a living situation? But the love was gone. For some reason, you're still beating yourself up over this and reviewing it a lot. You were right to do what you did. The situation was, there was no give and take in that situation, Sagittarius. You may have been living with a group of people that just, you know, everything was on you to do the chores, or you were taken advantage of, and so far as that, or you could have been working in a group where your efforts weren't being appreciated. You needed to leave that, but it was in some way hard to leave it because you bet yourself up over it, saying that, you know, I never stick to anything, and things like that could have been coming up for you, Sagittarius. But ultimately, if you weren't happy, you made the right choice by sticking to your guns, I think, and deciding that you were no longer interested in it and then acting on it. For some of you, you're now wanting to get back into the world in a new way and kind of pursue something you're more excited about. We have Mercury and Sagittarius here, so we've got the Sag energy coming through. You want to like communicate your ideas. You're evolving, you're expanding, you're becoming more in touch, for some of you, with your spirituality, and you want to kind of act in a way now in the world that's more in alignment to that. Eight of Wands. taking action in a really big way now in November, because there'd been this lull. There had been this lull in what you were doing. Three of Wands. So it's like we're reimagining now where we can have fun. So it had been like work, 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 monotony. And there may have been for the last couple of months, like just this real lack of energy. The Four of Cups speaks of this depletion of energy. We had Mars slow down and go retrograde in your 5th house of fun and creativity, Sagittarius rising. And you know, that might have just left you feeling like such a lack of energy, or like you have no control over what you do for fun, and that's not really an element of your life that you give much focus to. It's all work, it's all duties, it's all caring for others. The Three of Wands is like, you know, it's time to get back into the world, start networking again, start making the moves where you know that are going to guarantee you success. That's what you want to be doing, focusing now on what you know brings you success. We've had some practice now with trying different things, Sagittarius, and that's okay, but they haven't worked out always for us, and we've realized then that maybe there's something, maybe I know what to do for success now, and maybe the success wasn't granted to you in the past, Sagittarius, because your heart wasn't in it. It wasn't what you wanted to do. You wanted that to end nearly before it had even got going. Three of Wands for November with this other fiery energy here. It's like we're taking action again. We are wanting to get back into the world. We're wanting to kind of try something, not even new. It's something that like, it's like if we were resting on our laurels, but if our laurel was like this really exciting new opportunity, and we know it's going to bring us in future success, but we wanted in the past to try something out. Hey, it didn't work. At least you tried. Now it's time to get back out there and do what you know works, because you know what works, Sagittarius. Mother of Pentacles, some sort of manifestation of security. Could be money. We have a whole lineup of planets in your 2nd house, Sagittarius, rising in the sign of Capricorn, and that's your house of money and finances. So they were all retrograde, and then from September, October, they began to move direct, all of them. With that happening, it's like kind of money woes may be over, material wealth woes may be starting to turn a corner. So that's good too. That might even free you up to start taking some chances in the world again, now that you have the resources to do it, going back to school, potentially studying something that you wanted to advance your career, going for a new job, or some of you might be moving. Some of you, this is an energy of leaving, crossing water, crossing over country lines, and this is an energy of travel and relocation too. So that could be work-wise, that could be just you following a dream of yours, Sagittarius, getting out there into the world and embarking on a new adventure. You stuck around in something that had died anyways, you know. Mother of Pentacles. So this is secure, this is fruitful and very fertile, potent energy. So that's good. That's coming up for you for the month of November, or beyond November and December, into your season, Sagittarius. But let's have a look into this a little deeper first. You're kind of like feeling by the end of the month, I believe, like, I've got this. Justice card, time to get what I deserve. This is kind of telling me as well, Sagittarius, that there's some karmic influences at play for you right now, and you know, it's like we're waiting on our just desserts or our results that we are owed karmically. And it's kind of like it's out of your hands now. Once you make the moves that you need to make in November, taking these chances that you know will, as for the most part, we can never be sure about everything, but that you have a very good indication that is going to bring you success. These maneuvers, these moves, this networking, you're pretty confident in it. It's about getting what you deserve. There may be some sort of a weight on it while this plays out and it comes to fruition for you, but this is a karmic card, so it's kind of telling me that all the decisions you've been making to end something that you weren't, to stand your ground and not be kind of walked all over anymore, Sagittarius. You kind of put the wheel in motion then for a new chapter of your life to start, basically, one that's going to be more successful. And with the Justice card, it's like, well, it's how life is just going to play out for you after you made the decisions. There'll be no kind of going back then. It will be starting you off onto a new life cycle of getting what you deserve. The Justice card, maybe you're dealing with a Libra and maybe you are waiting for them to come back to you so that you can get the ball rolling on something. Libra is also the sign of business partnerships. For some of you, you may be communicating with another person. I see the energy of a team coming together here. Partnership, business partnership, and solidifying that in the near future. And that could be on the agenda for some of the Sagittarius people out there. It's something that I think you're anticipating a lot. You're almost like, for some of you Sagittarius, the anticipation of finishing this cycle up, but then that was tough. That's like you saying, oh my gosh, I can never stick to anything, I always give up. But then there's some sort of a level of anticipation around taking this chance, but you know it's going to work out. So I don't know what's holding you back so much, because you've done this before. If you haven't, you know you'll be good at it. So it seems like maybe sometimes with anticipation, it's like, you know, that's the worst part of actually getting things done. It's the anticipation of it. Oh my God, I really don't want to make this phone call. It's going to be so awkward. And then you make the phone call, it goes great. And you're like, gosh, that anticipation was so much worse than that quick 5-minute phone call to make my dentist appointment. Anyways, something like that coming up for you. Let's look at another deck, Sagittarius. So it's Scorpio season. And during Scorpio season, it's the time really for us collectively to attune to the scorpionic themes while the sun is in that sign, illuminating those themes for us collectively. Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, of transformation, evolution. So in what does Sagittarius need to work on releasing and shedding? At the moment, there's a full moon in Taurus on the 31st on Halloween night in October, and that's a really potent time to release. All full moons are. So that could be a time where we're shedding what we need to shed, Sagittarius. If not, let's make it a long-term goal over the next 12 months. What can Sagittarius try to release and shed and let go of from their lives? The moon. So maybe it would be good to release around the full moon. You're blocking your instincts, Sagittarius, and it's around this chance, and you're going to be getting what you deserve after this crap of you sticking around in a situation where you were been taken advantage of, which was actually depressing you. It was sucking the life out of you, but you finally stood your ground, and that's great. This fire energy is strong for you, Sagittarius. It's overriding any of the wishy-washiness, any of the uncertainty. Until I see this moon card, this is uncertainty. It's a lack of following your instinct, and because the moon card is a very instinctual, primal energy actually, and I feel like you're overthinking things and you're blocking things. You're filled with anticipation over something, apprehension, and it's clouding your judgment, and it's stopping you from taking this gamble and it's not a gamble so much as it's a gamble that it's different to what you were doing before, most recently, but it's something that it's like a safe bet almost, because you're good at it. This moon card could be just saying that we need to shed the need for control and knowing how everything is going to work out. The moon card comes to us when the universe is trying to reach out and tell you, hey, it's okay if you don't know what's going on right now. You're not supposed to know what's going on at all times in your life. There has to be room for growth. There has to be room for the soul to evolve. And if the soul is just kept comfortable, plain sailing all the time, stuck in something that's boring or stuck in something that's dead but it's safe, then we're never going to expand. And this is a very dynamic card of getting out into the world and networking and bringing something together. So we've got an idea, and then we meet somebody with this shared interest, and we just fuse it together, and it creates magic. It creates something more than we could have done alone. So there is an element of that. It's kind of just saying to Sagittarius, trust in your instinct, trust in your intuition. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Another really card to say that, you know, you should be trusting in your intuition right now. Intuition, instinct, and act on them, okay? Shedding the need to know everything all the time, shedding the need to know what's coming next for you, what's next in store all the time. It looks like it's going to be something, if any of you are in the search for answers regarding something legal, or, you know, getting what you deserve in terms of something from the courts, or, you know, something in that element, it looks like it's favorable. There's just a longer wait on it. If that's not speaking to you, Sagittarius, it's just saying that what is coming for you is deserving of you. You've put in the work, and just it requires patience, and that's all. I know that's not always the easiest thing to hear. Six of Swords speaks about like moving on energy and moving into something that's more supportive for you. So I believe that the chance that you should be taking, or that it's like an exciting kind of gamble even. Maybe it will be a risk to some of you. Maybe you'll be speaking to someone and there's a communication here. That's an opportunity to travel. Huge. These three cards, Eight of Wands, Three of Wands, Six of Swords, travel, moving on, relocating. That could be coming up for a lot of you guys. Relocation. Okay, that's exciting. All right, so if we're shedding and letting go of this doubt, of this need to know all the answers, of this not trusting in our intuition, or how we're being led by our instincts, in what way will we grow from that? How is Sagittarius evolving and transforming through this Scorpio season? From this Scorpio season until the next. Whoa, these cards are so small. I'm not used to shuffling them. From this Scorpio season until the next, how is Sagittarius evolving and transforming? Page of Swords. So we are evolving through this communication, and when we get the answers that we need, we're reaching out. We're hoping to align with somebody that shares our vision, shares our ideas, and shares our viewpoint. Now, we don't want to wait for this person to just materialize. Sagittarius, you have to put yourself out there to attract like-minded people and people that share the same sort of viewpoint of you and the same vision as you. You can't always wait for these people to come into your life. Sometimes you have to make the move. Be brave, be daring, and get yourself out there. Make a bold move, Sagittarius, and then that's when we can attract these kind of people. We're evolving and transforming our point of view too. We are being introduced to new perspectives. For some of us, we've actually taken a really long time to reconsider our beliefs. For some of us, we've been thinking long and hard about how the world works and about how we can exist in the world. Some of us have been meditating on a change of mind, or a change of opinion, really, on something, Sagittarius. So I see Sagittarius's mind evolving at the moment, being open to different viewpoints, being open to curiosity and asking questions as well. That's something that could be coming up. These cards don't want to stay in my hands, for you, in a way of evolving through communication, through sharing ideas, and through speaking to other people, and kind of just and gaining a new understanding about the world around you, I think, Sagittarius. And I think there's people around you that want to provide that for you. Well, this is going to be your reading for November, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you liked what you saw, feel free to hit subscribe, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.